I don't think enough is said about the 34-hour reset. It is an absolutely amazing experience. Those little half-hour breaks they give you during your shift are meaningless. You don't get any more rested from it. You just sit there waiting to get back on the road again. But the 34-hour reset is totally different. You have time to take long walks and think to yourself, meet new and interesting people, and evaluate the bathroom facilities at whatever truck stop you're at. These ones here are top-notch. I'm not entirely sure that walking over an overpass like this is entirely legal, as there was no sidewalk, but I didn't care. There was a McDonald's on the other side, and I had a chicken sandwich with my name on it. The truck stop food is overpriced. I needed to get out and get some air anyway. We are in the second week of training and everything is going great. It is only a matter of time before I get a truck of my own and start running my own loads. Day 8 started at the Pilot in London, where we both did our 34-hour reset. We made our way up to Finley, where we got loaded rather quickly. I just want to say that I prefer the interstates rather than these two-lane country roads with stoplights. But I will say that Ohio is kind of a vibe. It's really gorgeous country out here, despite it being the king of the flyover states. We also went past the Sam Dong building, which was where we took our first delivery after I climbed into the truck. Small world. We're headed to a Home Depot distribution center in Winchester, Virginia. But my 34-hour reset isn't done until like 11 p.m. tonight. So all I can legally do is sit here on my ass and fuck around on TikTok. I'm still being paid, so no complaints on my behalf. I'm going to try and get some sleep before it is my turn to drive, because we've reached the point where we can drive as a team. One person drives and the other person sleeps. After tonight, we will really be cooking, you know what I'm saying? The shipper in Finley was one of those everlasting dickweeds that wouldn't let drivers use the bathroom, but instead directed me to this nasty porta potty out next to the shipping docks. I'm sure I've now contracted hepatitis A through Z. But we muscled forward, heading onto the Ohio Turnpike toward Pittsburgh. I'm probably going to sleep through it, but Pittsburgh was one of the places I really wanted to see. Go Steelers. Even if we did sign that has been junky Aaron Rodgers. The turnpikes and toll roads have far superior rest areas. They don't even call them that. They call them service areas. This one has gas, diesel, a Burger King, and a Popeyes chicken and biscuits inside. Plus, the grounds are well kept and very clean. When you're team driving, the guy who is sleeping has to be kept in with a net like the one you see here, so you don't go flying out of the bunk should the driver slam on his brakes. I'll see you tomorrow. It's time to get some sleep. Day 9 started at 4 in the morning. My first time driving after my reset and the first time without my trainer sitting in the passenger seat. But this is the halfway mark for my training. Here's hoping I don't destroy any property or kill anyone. I have to say though, watching the sunrise like this are the perks of this job. This is just outside Carlisle, Pennsylvania, where I picked up my first load this morning. I backed the trailer into a real tight spot, uncoupled the empty and coupled the full one by myself. Then it was going to be a long day, booping all the way down to Locust Grove, Georgia. It was nice having the front of the cab to myself. I was powered by Red Bull and nicotine, and got to take in some of the most awesome views these old eyes have ever seen. The East Coast is terribly underrated. When you say East Coast, most people think of New York City or Boston. But some of those trader states have some really gorgeous scenery. Like I said, it's a perk of the job. That and killing insects with your windshield. There it is. My first selfie while driving an 80,000-pound vehicle. I'm just kidding. It's on a stand. Or is it? Nobody knows. Nobody really knows for sure. All that is important is that I was able to document all of this. What a time to be alive. With each day that passes out here on the road, I am confident that I made the right career choice. This is the most free that I have ever felt in my life. And tomorrow, they're going to deposit a check into my bank account. For this, crazy, isn't it? I'm out here having the time of my life, and on top of everything, they're going to pay me to do it. My only regret is not doing this the minute I turned 21. I guess I was too busy smoking blints and killing 40s. Another dream claimed by capricious youth. After that 11-hour drive, I needed some sleep, so it's back into the net with me. Now let's hope they pay me. If they do, I'll never worry about anything again. Day 10 started in this sketchy-ass drop yard just south of Atlanta. After a cigarette and a trip to this sketchy-ass porta potty, it was time to hit the road. Today was kind of rough, if I'm just being honest. It wasn't a shitty day, but I kept making rookie mistakes. When we got to our destination this morning to get loaded, I took a corner just a bit too tight and ended up popping one of the trailer tires. We had to take it to a couple of rednecks here in southern Georgia that looked like they were straight out of Deliverance. To their credit, they fixed it very quickly. The company paid for it, even though it was totally human error that caused it. I was kinda down about it for a little while, but I got over it. Then I kept having these moments where I'd forget what I was doing and just space the fuck out. I was able to quickly recover though. It was just stressful there for a little bit. Our next stop was in Midway, Georgia. We were hauling 11,000 pounds of popcorn. We dropped it off at the distribution center, but when we went to the area where the empties were supposed to be, there weren't any with our company logo on it. So we drove down the street looking for a place to park until dispatch could figure it out. Oh, by the way, I got paid today, even after all that worrying. I need to learn to quit worrying so much. Everything is going to work out. I'm on the right track. So the place we ended up parking at was called El Cheapo, and the name lived up to the grounds. I saw my first actual lot lizard here. And there were also these scales that looked like they haven't been operational in 100 years. The place was pretty gross, but who knows? This could be the one garden spot in all of Georgia. People might travel from hundreds of miles away to come to this spot right here. I didn't trust the deli inside, so I just got a Slim Jim and a Red Bull. We spent the rest of the day on a wild goose chase looking for empty trailers that didn't exist. So we decided to go ahead and park at the Pilot Travel Center in Savannah, Georgia for the night. We didn't expect to reroute so late at night, and there wasn't one. Hopefully our luck will turn for the better tomorrow. I hated leaving nearly 3 hours of drive time on the clock. I try to run that shit down as much as I possibly can. Day 11 started with Denny's. There's not too many better ways to start than that. Plus, my trainer said it was on him, so it's a double win. Dispatch says they're trying to make up for all the wild goose chases yesterday and hooked us up. We're going down to Florida and then back up to Georgia and then all the way back up to Pennsylvania. That should keep us busy for the rest of the weekend. But if it's one thing I've learned thus far, is that plans can change in an instant if we can't find an empty trailer. Real talk, Florida is a gorgeous state, but I don't know if I'd want to live here. They call this the Redneck Riviera. Truthfully, I'm living on the truck, so I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Never mind me, I'm crazy from all this traveling. My trainer drove all day, so it looks like day 12 is going to start with me driving through the night. After we drop this load, the rumor is that we're headed back up to Georgia to get reloaded. And then we're heading back to the Northeast. I've done that drive before. Well, actually last time it was in reverse, but what's the difference? Hopefully it'll be along a different route. I accept the fact that this job is traveling down some of the same roads over and over again, but it would be nice to switch it up. Anyway, I'm going to take a short nap before it is my turn to drive. The only thing that can cure fatigue is sleep. Not energy drinks, not coffee, and not cold air blowing in your face. It's sleep. Day 12 of training started off better. We dropped our trailer now that the sun had come up, picked up our loaded one, and started heading toward Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. I was finally able to get some drive time in and decide to make the most of it. Hammered down and headed north along Interstate 95. Traffic was light and I was able to make good time. It's a good feeling knowing that training is coming to an end. I can't wait to get out on my own. Hopefully I can get us as close as possible to our destination before my clock runs out. Everything in this business is a race against the clock. This is North Carolina. I hate the Carolinas, just for the record. The truth is, the entirety of the South kind of sucks. People here can't merge, can't maintain lanes, can't signal properly. Hell, they can't drive. The only thing I like about the South is the chance to leave it. The roads are bad, even those under construction, which seems to be all of them. I'm glad we are going back to the Northeast. Fuck these southern traitor states. I'm going to get some sleep. Tomorrow list day lucky number 13, and I am looking to finish training and get out onto my own and dominate the roads. Day 13 started with a shower. It was my top priority of the day. I'm in Morgantown, West Virginia. I can see why John Denver called this place almost heaven. It's gorgeous out here. Very mountainous, lots of coal mines. A blue-collared wet dream. If West Virginia was a wet dream, the Pennsylvania was a dry nightmare. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what that means. I just said it because it sounded funny. But man, that was one of the best showers that I've ever taken. So refreshing. Today I'm going to Kentucky. Hopefully I can find some good fried chicken there. The Colonel's secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices. But it's a Monday, so I don't have my expectations too high. We are heavy. Nearly 39,000 pounds, so I will need to exercise caution going down these mountains. Plus, I'm a little pissed off that the Indiana Pacers totally choked on Game 7 of the NBA Finals last night. Tyrese Halliburton is overrated. And he's a bitch. He's whining about his Achilles, but I don't care if that motherfucker had a sucking chest wound. He better stay out there and play until he sees God before even thinking of going back to the locker room. I know I would, especially if I was getting paid millions. So we just keep on driving. We're almost done, and then we can get serious about making some quality content. The days are just ticking away. It seems like the closer we get to the end, the faster the time goes. It's just flying by at this point. It seemed like it took forever for us to start school, but once we did, everything started happening very rapidly. I feel like I'm ready for the road. If I get myself into a situation, I know who to call. I've completed my 80 hours of driving and done 20 plus back-ins. These last few days are a mere formality, just padding the resume. For the first 3 months, I'm gonna be making shit money, like 40 cents a mile. But after that, it goes up to the high 60s. Then a year to work off this contract I signed. Let this be a lesson to all of you out there. If you are thinking about doing something, just do it. Put your mind to it and get the wind at your back and just fucking go for it. The only person that can stop you is you. Nothing else matters except your determination. There are always going to be haters, but remember this. Your biggest supporter is a stranger, and your biggest hater is someone you know. Marinate on that for a while. Some cold hard facts for you, son. Alright, we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. We should be getting our Toiki next week, and yes, you can expect a full tour. Until then, stay cool. I'm out.